gather round her. Miners lay there, stranger to blue water.
To the right-hand side, about our 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you can see that white building there with the red roof on it. That is going to be the Stanley Hotel and our first stop for the day. Anybody familiar with the Stanley Hotel and maybe what this big open meadow space right here? The reason that there's no trees growing out here is because of that glacier and the weight of the glacier. The weight of the glacier actually kind of compressed the soil, made this very dense layer of soil. Formed there, and over tens of thousands of years it continued to grow and spread out. That face that is often due to a glacier moving really fast and kind of cutting away a big chunk of rock. Here with that snow up there, theoretically in the summertime when that roadway is all the way open, that is what you're driving on. So you get all the way up to around 12,000 feet of elevation to be able to kind of look down into the sort of valley down below us. You get some nice views from a sort of a top-down perspective. And then we're going to get to our mini parks curve here, and that's going to give us a really good view of sort of the entirety of our eastern side of the park out here. Area, right? It takes away some of that potential fuel for any future wildfires out here. So the little bit of blackening that you're seeing, that was not a wildfire, that was a controlled burn. Little herd of them. I think I saw a buck, but I'm not sure. His head is down. You'll notice a few things about these guys. So they have these nice fluffy coats on, and then the final thing is that and so he doesn't really pose a risk or any sort of competition or anything like that, so he's allowed to hang out with those females. Might have an injury or something like that going on, which is why he's hanging out with some ladies instead of other gentlemen. Hi, buddy. Yeah, that's definitely a full-grown male. So guy to the left there is definitely younger. You can tell just by the size of it. And then you're going to have some larger females over here. Male a little further in the back there. Keep going here. Yeah, so you can see that buck in the back there. He's actually not that old. He's probably around 3 or 4 years old. You can also see that sort of white or lighter colored fur that these guys have. Yeah, so this is a good mix of sort of our food, and yeah, if you can make it out, typically it's hard to tell because this is sort of a mix of males and females, but there should be a female. It's going to be really hard to see, but she's going to have a big collar on her head, around her neck. They'll actually use that collar to track this herd. Typically, a small herd like this is going to follow a dominant female, a matriarch. There's also behind us just yet, so you can see him there very briefly behind some of these trees here. He's only got one antler on the top of his head, which means that most likely he got into a fight during the mating season and lost. And he lost a big chunk of his antler. So this is nice because we actually get to see them standing up here. It looks like for the most part they're all crossing over the road. Just hop onto the side of the roadway. I did actually manage to see one of these elk in this kind of front of the pack does have a big GPS collar on her neck. And so she is going to be the matriarch. She is the one sort of leading the charge. You can see her right there. She's got an A on her neck. So basically she's the kind of in charge female. She's the boss. She is the one dictating where the herd is going to go. That's a pretty sizable herd there, so and they're going to be just doing exactly that. A little bit of grazing. You'll notice all of them have already crossed that small roadway there.